During a Senate hearing, Senator Chris Van Hollen questioned FBI Director Kash Patel over personnel decisions, immigration enforcement, and statements Patel had made during earlier exchanges with lawmakers. The discussion quickly became tense as Van Hollen challenged Patel's responses, particularly regarding reports about FBI officials with Iran-related expertise and the agency's allocation of resources. Patel firmly rejected several of the senator's assertions, setting the stage for a pointed back and forth.
In Iran, the article says that these individuals were fired for their role in the classified documents investigations of Donald Trump. First of all, is that true?
The article, just like all the other articles you cited, is false, and there's ongoing litigation, so I can't address it.
Okay. You did answer Senator Coons, and I understood your answer to be that the people that were fired, that none of them were part of the group that had Iran expertise. Is that your answer?
No, he asked if they were Iran experts. I said they were not.
Were the group fired? Did it include people who were Iran experts?
No.
Did it include people who were involved in counter-espionage activities with respect to Iran?
I don't have the list in front of me.
So you don't know whether or not you fired people with counter-espionage experience with respect to Iran. You don't know the answer to that question.
I terminated anyone and everyone that weaponized law enforcement.
I see. So it was related, obviously, to the classified documents case. So
that's not what I said.
Well, Director Patel, I understood you to say in response to Senator Murray that you've not redirected FBI resources toward the immigration enforcement effort.
That's not what I said.
Okay. Have you redirected resources away from your core FBI responsibilities toward the mass deportation effort?
No one at the FBI has been permanently reassigned on the immigration front, and when we pull the numbers, the FBI's overall operational field expenditures surged periodically for immigration enforcement activities, including the arrest of 2,000 people with direct ties to foreign terrorist organizations, was 2.4%.
So, okay. So the key word there, I guess, was permanently. You have not permanently reassigned. Is that what you reassigned temporarily?
Surges, yes, sir.
Okay. Have you had a chance to listen to or read about Brian Driscoll's statements about what you said to him and the reasons for his firing?
No, I have not, sir.
Okay. So let me just say this, Mr. Director. In your response to me earlier, where you had a little bit of a blow-up, you made a couple provably false statements.
So did you.
No, Mr. Director, I was reading about and asking you to respond to allegations that are made. In fact, I was giving you an opportunity to do that, and you took that opportunity. But in the process, you made these provably false statements that I know are sort of like urban legend in right-wing media about margaritas in El Salvador, which is provably false. And so coming from the mouth of an FBI director to make provably false statements in a hearing like this is extremely troubling. And it leads me to ask whether or not the other things you've been saying are false statements. And so because that's a provably false statement. You made a couple others that are provably false. And this is from the mouth of the FBI director.
The only one that made false statements is you.
My final question to you, Mr. Director, is do you know that it is a crime to lie to Congress? Do you know that? That's my last question.
I have not lied to Congress.
I didn't ask you that.
Lied to Congress is you.
Do you? I'm not testifying here, sir, and I don't lie.
Maybe the next time you run up a $7,000 bar tab, we can talk about it.
Well, see, there you go, lying again. You suggested
in the FEC report. I'll post it right now.
You suggested it was public. It wasn't public money, as you know. That was for a 50-member staff party.
So it was a $7,000 bar tab.
Mr. Patel, I'm glad. Let me just say in closing, Mr. Chairman, two things. I'm glad that you have agreed to take the test regarding, whether you have alcohol problems. I'm glad you agreed with me to do that. You still haven't answered my final question. Do you know, Mr. Director, that it is a crime to lie to Congress? Do you know that?
I do not lie to Congress.
I didn't ask you that.
And you're insinuating that I am because
I asked
you want
you whether you know.
You want to correct your time in this session where you got steamrolled by the facts, so you can have a Twitter narrative, so
Mr.
you can
Director,
go raise more money and spend more money on $7,000 bar
just let the record
I'm not
show,
going to give
Mr.
it
Chairman.
to you.
The Director of the FBI apparently does not want to answer the question about whether or not it's a crime to lie to Congress, and I find that extremely troubling.
I find it troubling that you lie to the American people every day.
You are a disgrace, Mr. Director.
Not nearly as big as
the fact
you.
that you can't answer that question, that concludes my questioning, Mr. Chairman, but I'm obviously very troubled.
Question for the Director of ATF. Director Sakata, I want to talk just a minute about
Van Hollen began by referencing a news report claiming that FBI employees with expertise related to Iran had been dismissed, allegedly because of their involvement in investigations concerning classified documents connected to former President Donald Trump. Patel dismissed the report as false, stating that it was inaccurate and noting that ongoing litigation prevented him from discussing personnel matters in detail. The senator pressed further, asking whether any of the dismissed employees possessed expertise in Iran or counter-espionage involving Iran. Patel responded that those fired were not Iran experts, but said he did not have the full personnel list available to determine whether any had worked on counter-espionage matters. Instead, he reiterated that those removed had weaponized law enforcement, rejecting the suggestion that the dismissals were tied solely to the classified documents investigation. Van Hollen then shifted to immigration enforcement, questioning whether FBI resources had been diverted from traditional law enforcement responsibilities to support the administration's immigration efforts. Patel responded that no FBI employees had been permanently reassigned, although he acknowledged temporary operational surges. He argued that these deployments represented only a small portion of the FBI's overall operations and included actions against individuals with alleged ties to foreign terrorist organizations. The exchange grew increasingly confrontational when Van Hollen referenced former FBI official Brian Driscoll and asked whether Patel had reviewed Driscoll's public statements regarding the circumstances surrounding his dismissal. Patel replied that he had not. Van Hollen then accused Patel of making provably false statements during an earlier exchange in the hearing. Patel immediately pushed back, responding that the senator had also made false statements. Van Hollen countered that he had simply cited allegations and offered Patel the opportunity to respond to them, arguing that the FBI director had chosen to address those claims himself. The hearing concluded with a sharp disagreement between Senator Van Hollen and Director Patel over the accuracy of public reporting, FBI personnel decisions, immigration enforcement, and each other's characterization of the facts. The exchange underscored the ongoing political scrutiny surrounding the FBI's leadership and highlighted the deep divisions over the agency's recent actions and priorities.